Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. It is an absolute honor, Gurudev, to be able to wish you on your 90th birthday from almost 15,000 kilometers away. Yes, we do miss you, Gurudev, but being able to wish you is absolutely makes us the happiest on this day. Thank you, Gurudev, for giving us even this honor. The life of His Holiness, love, joy, abundance, and happiness can be achieved by following the path of righteousness. Sanatana Dharma, which is the eternal law, is just about living a fulfilling and a more invigorating lifestyle. This quotation is by His Holiness Jagadguru Shankaracharya Swami Swaroopanand Sarasvatiji Maharaj, who is the present Shankaracharya in the ancient city of Dwarka in the northwestern part of India, and Jyotispeeth, which is in the northern part of India. His Holiness was born on 2nd September 1924 in a village called Digori in the district of Shivani, Madhya Pradesh, central India. He came from a Brahmin family with a strict religious and spiritual background. His father was Sri Dhanpati Upadhyay and his mother was Srimati Girija Devi, who named him as Pothiram. Pothi means Shastra, which are our Hindu scriptures, and he is thus considered an incarnation of the Shastras because he was born into such a pious and spiritual family. His quest for truth was aroused in no time, and at the tender age of 9, he left his home for his pilgrimage, and thus began this journey, which has now lasted for 98 glorious years. He soon reached Varanasi in northern India, where he studied the Vedas, which are the 4 majestic pillars of Hinduism. He then studied the Hindu text known as the Vedangas, the Puranas, and the Smritis. The text on Nyaya systematically from many divine souls. At this time, His Holiness participated also in the Indian independence movement, and in 1942 he was also jailed because of his rebellious behavior against the British Empire. He was thus known as a revolutionary monk. He also was imprisoned twice, with the term that he served of 9 months in the Varanasi jail and 6 months in Narsinghpur in Madhya Pradesh. In the year 1950, he was initiated into the rare and exalted order of Dandi Swami, following the footsteps of Adi Guru Shankaracharya, the grandsire of Advaita. He was desirous to spread the philosophy of Advaita propounded by Adi Shankaracharya. On 7th of December 1973, he was anointed as the Shankaracharya of Jyotispeeth, which is in the north of India. On 26th May 1982, he was anointed as the Shankaracharya for the second time for the city of Dwarka in the northwest of India. In the history of the tradition of Adi Guru Shankaracharya, His Holiness is the only one, was, is, and will be, who occupies 2 seats in the Shankaracharya Parampara. He is a liberated sage and he is a living example of one who has followed the Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism, throughout his life. Dharam ki jeet ho, adharam ka nash ho. Today, at the age of 95, he still continues to help the tribes and the uneducated people of India. He has set up many ashrams all over India, and he runs also many ashrams and the Sanskrit schools. He promotes Sanatana Dharma by traveling continuously all over the country. He has initiated 2 Dandi Swamis and millions of other Shishyas who are Brahmacharis and the Grihasthas. He has helped all his devotees with his words of wisdom. Those who take the blessings of His Holiness and ask Him questions find that they do get their answers. But those who do not ask any questions also get answers just by being in His presence. The sheer grace of His Holiness' presence is enough to wipe one's slate clean of all its worries, anxieties, and psychosomatic elements that cloud the path to eternal happiness. Advaita is a way of life, and it was propounded by Sri Adi Guru Shankaracharya in 507 BC. He was the voice of Vedanta, which is one of the schools of Hindu philosophy. His Holiness, in the book, which is the path to eternal truth, he has presented all the principles of Sanatana Dharma. And he says and explains it in such a very simple manner that just by following teachings, what he has given to humanity, we can bring abundance into our lives and spread love, joy, and happiness. He writes, it is a universal principle that every human being is in search for peace, for the easy attainment of his goals. Right from the start of life to the end, this quest continues with the human being. Love, joy, abundance, and happiness can be achieved by everyone just by following the path of Sanatana Dharma, which is about living a fulfilling and more invigorating lifestyle. We'd like to wish His Holiness on his birthday of 98 years, and we also would like to pray to the Lord that He spends many more years on this earth, giving His teachings to humanity, which is now needed in this pandemic. Jai Gurudev, Jai Shri Krishna, Charan Sparsh Bhagwan.